Hey you guys, it's Autumn. So this is our last speech of the semester. I'm very excited. I will miss you guys, but I'm happy to continue on to the next semester. Um, so this week is our not persuasive. It is our advocacy speech. Excuse me. Um, this is something that's really near and dear to my heart. It kind of ties into last week's speech. It is because I'm a Christian and I am going to be talking about the Bible. But I was wanting to advocate a organization called Abort73. It is about abortion. I kind of want to start it with some statistics because even in my mind, this is still really, really bad. Let me just tell you a little bit about the article. There was an article that was written by CBS, and it's called "Abortion at Historic Low by All Measures." New CDC study says, kind of a mouthful. But basically, they gave us statistics about how in 2016 there was roughly 600,000 abortions performed that year, which was about a 2.3% decline from the previous year. Which, when I read this, I was like, that's awesome. I'm so glad that, maybe people are waking up to this. But I was still like, God, that's way too many. In my mind, any abortion is too many. And it is because of my faith. It is because I believe that this is something that goes directly against the Bible, and this is against the way God intended things to be. And that is a really nice segue into my first point, which is, what does the Bible say about abortion? That's also the title of a YouTube video that I watched in regards to this. It's really interesting. The guy he mostly talks about the birth of Jesus, the conception of Jesus. He talks about how the people had celebrated even before he was born. It wasn't that, now he's born, so the Messiah has come, God is with us now. The way the people reacted to it in the Bible was that God was with them at the moment of conception. They were celebrating just the mere conception because in their mind, it wasn't that Mary was carrying a bundle of cells and then later it would be born into the Messiah. In their mind, it was that she has conceived the Messiah. She is carrying the Messiah currently, and she will one day give birth. But he also mentioned something, and I thought it was a really interesting way to look at things. That's kind of another biblical perspective on abortion and why it's wrong. It's not just about the fact that we're created in God's image. That's always kind of been my argument, is that no matter what the circumstances, I'm not going to sit here and act like there aren't some ugly ways to get pregnant. My profession, I deal with a lot of horrifying things, including instances of rape, and women have gotten pregnant that way, and I'm not going to act like that's not horrifying. I more than sympathize with that, but it is my firm belief as a Christian that being is created in the image of God, and it's an innocent being. It hasn't done anything to warrant this. It hasn't asked to be here, and I certainly believe that bringing harm to someone who is innocent is not going to change what has already happened, and it's not going to help anything. And that's a common argument. But with this, what this guy in this video argues is that not only are we created in the image of God, but that just forming us in the womb is God at work. That is his handiwork, and we have no right to stop it. Who are we to say, no more, we don't want this. This is not, who are we to reject this work of God? And he even, he said this, I thought it was really cute. He said it's like putting a bumper sticker on a woman's belly and it's saying, um, God at work, please don't interrupt. I thought that was really cool, and I think that's another good argument. It's not just that we're created in His image, but it's also that He is working, and we have no right to stop that. He is creating. He is the creator. This is what He does. My second point is about the organization itself. What is Abort73, and what do they do? They want to educate people. They want to get people informed because they know that things can kind of get blurry when you go to kind of your mainstream media. You may get someone all the way over here on this side and then someone all the way on this side, but not quite really knowing the truth behind the matter. So they educate people, and they advocate for bills to be passed to outlaw abortions, which I think is great because, again, I don't think there's any justification for an abortion, no matter how gruesome it may have been. Point 3 is simply this. Let me back up a little bit. On point 2, if you want to know more about Abort73, you can go to their website. Michael Spielman actually wrote an article called The History and Purpose of Abort73, where he talks about his history with it. And my final point is, how do we support Abort73 or organizations like it? It doesn't even have to be this one, just supporting the pro-life movement in general. Talk to people, be educated. There was also an article that I read on their website. It was a testimony from a woman who had actually had an abortion, and she said that nobody was there to tell her that it was wrong. Nobody was there to kind of show her a different way of doing this. Everyone was pushing her towards that, and she just felt like there was nothing else for her to do. She was at a dead end. So I think it's important to talk to people, be engaged and be educated about it. I'm going to have to log off because I'm running out of time, but that's my advocacy speech.